Why is it a good idea for Adventists to start their own business?
If you choose the right type of businesses, it can also be a evangelism. Through the business, you can reach others as well and share Jesus. Yeah, so the two most important things for us is values. Does it align with the values of God and allow us to keep God's law? And then secondly, is there a mission field that I can reach? But other than that, there's also...
Hello and welcome to this exciting interview that we have today about the topic of Christian entrepreneurship. And I'm very happy to have David here. Thank you for being here, David. David is from Malaysia. He's a well-known pastor, father of 2 kids, and a very successful businessman as well. He founded numerous businesses, for example, a restaurant, an app for Christian music, similar to Spotify, also a marketing agency, and schools, Bible school and elementary school. David, great to have you here.
Thank
you for coming here and have this conversation with us.
Thank you for having me.
David, why is it a good idea for a young or not so young Adventist to start their own business?
Well, I think it's in the society that we live in today, it's important for us to be able to control and manage the culture, the values, the work environment that we live in. Mm-hmm. And increasingly, the world is having a great influence upon, the people that work within the companies. And there are many challenges that impact Christianity. For example, keeping the Sabbath would be, one challenge, especially in Malaysia. We face that problem because many companies need their employees to work on the Sabbath. But other than that, there's also Christian values. There are many companies or industries that it's hard for us to work for those companies because their values really don't reflect Christian values. And so, having a workplace or creating a ecosystem or a business environment where Christian employees are able to both have the freedom to, to live the Christian lifestyle, and also the freedom to be able to witness and share about Jesus in your workplace, I think is very important and is one of the reasons that it's compelling for us to start, Christian businesses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so both can benefit. As a Christian, you have the freedom to, for example, keep the Sabbath. And also you can have an impact on your employees and let them see your lifestyle and teach the gospel.
That's right. Yes. And also one more thing, if you choose the right type of businesses, it can also be a evangelism, and so through the business, you can reach others as well and share Jesus.
Nice. We'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
Before that, are there also risks? Because we are living in the end times and the global economic situation looks rather difficult, with small businesses having to close down, especially in Germany. And also one gets the feeling that politically there's not much support there either. Because of this, many might say it's not really a good time to start your own business. How do you assess that?
There is always risk in starting business, but I believe that if the Holy Spirit is leading it and it is a business that has a purpose more than just making money and trying to earn profit, but God is leading, and also that there has been counsel for us to start these types of businesses in the end time, then I believe that this is something that we should not worry about because God will bless and God will guide, this is in accordance with God's word and also the counsel of the spirit of prophecy.
Mm-hmm. I think you got some quote there to show us.
Yeah, so, there's a quote from Christ's Object Lessons, and it says, "Religion and business are not two separate things, they are one. Bible religion is to be interwoven with all we do or say. Divine and human agencies are to combine in temporal as well as in spiritual achievements. They are to be united in all human pursuits, in mechanical and agricultural labors, in mercantile and scientific enterprises. There must be cooperation in everything embraced in Christian activity." So in summary, what she's saying is that no matter what we do, there should be opportunity for us to share our religion, share about Jesus, as well as earn our wages, our living, and be able to make money. It's not wrong to combine the two things. In fact, it is the right thing to be able to combine the two things. And so often I find that many of us we are two different people, one in the workplace and then one outside of the workplace, at home, at church, or in society. And so that is also one of the reasons why we should start Christian-led businesses, because then we are able to combine the two, and religion becomes more real when you can share about Jesus wherever you are.
Is it for everyone? Do you need a certain kind of personality, skill set? What do I need to bring to be able to start my own business?
Yeah, so I don't think, certainly being the lead entrepreneur, the person who's starting this, is not for everyone. One of the most important skills for an entrepreneur is the willingness to not be influenced or pressured by peer pressure. And the importance of not being willing to listen to your family, because your family is always going to doubt, in the beginning stage, not listening to friends, and everyone that you're going to talk to is probably 9 out of 10 are going to tell you, don't start the business.
Because they're going to say it's too risky. And
That's right. Yeah. So, you need to make sure that you have a willingness to embrace risk. So those who are risk averse, that's not to say they can't get involved in a startup. They may be the followers. So you need different people in different roles within the startup. But the lead person definitely must be willing to take risks for the Lord, but also take risks in starting the business as well. And we found that over the years, the people who come to our Bible school actually exhibit this risk. Because for a young person to be willing, or young or old person to be willing to come to a Bible school, to take time out of their busy life or their plans for life, to come and study the Bible, many people will line up to tell you not to do this. And so, that the willingness to go against what everybody is trying to persuade you to do, to go to a Bible school and then to give up, to sacrifice 1 year of your life to go into do Bible work, and then after that be willing to sacrifice 2 years, 3 years of your life. So usually by the third year of the students that have come through a Bible school, which is 4.5 months, by the third year that they are serving the Lord in Bible work, we realize that many of them have that trait, that character trait, to be willing to start a business, because they've been willing to sacrifice to do the Lord's work. And then now we will train them how to sacrifice to start a business and do the Lord's work at the same time.
Okay, that's interesting. I hear with your businesses, everything starts with the Bible school.
That's right.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so the engine for the growth of everything we do, both in ministry as well as in the businesses that we've started, is the Bible school.
So that's the foundation.
That's the foundation, yes, because we want to make sure that, if we want to start a Christian business that the people who are going to be starting it and most of the workers that are going to be working in there have the foundation of a deep relationship with Jesus Christ. Their motivation for life should be wanting to serve the Lord, falling in love with Jesus first, wanting to have a deep relationship with Jesus through His Word, wanting to share Jesus with others, and then after that, being involved in the businesses or the ministries that we're starting. So the foundation for us or any workers that we bring in or the entrepreneurs that we train up to start these businesses is the Bible school.
And do you have additionally then a business training? Because then you would need more skills than just Bible training, right?
A lot of the training is on the job as we're starting, and we will gather, we will pay for different people to come in and teach us. So, for example, in the restaurant that we started, we had no experience starting a restaurant. My main expertise is in IT. I have my first business, or my main area of expertise and experience in this last 20 plus years has been in IT. But 2 years ago in 2023, the Lord laid upon our hearts to start a restaurant. And as we've started, we went out and we tried to learn from different people, and God brought people to guide us as well and train us. So a lot of what we do, I wouldn't say we have a specific training for entrepreneurs. We go out and we learn on the job, and we learn as we're doing it. There are some foundational things that we are incorporating into a training, that we will release in the future. But a lot of the businesses that we've started has been through, me using a lot of my business experience and then guiding people as they get involved on the job, being trained.
Okay, so a lot of hands-on and learning by doing.
Yes.
And you mentioned the restaurant. What more businesses do you have and run?
Yeah, so other than the restaurant, we have a school called School of Eden, which is a elementary and high school. And we teach children. We developed our own curriculum, and we make Bible the core textbook and focus of education. And then we put around that agriculture as well as project-based learning, which is being pioneered by countries like Finland, Sweden, Norway, the Nordic countries. And we also teach entrepreneurial skills there as well. So that's actually where we're doing
starting early.
Yes. And we're training our young kids to be entrepreneurs and have that entrepreneurial mindset right from high school. Other than that, we have a music app that we've developed. So one of our Bible workers that came out of our Bible school, she had a talent for composing music and especially scripture songs. And so we, the Lord impressed upon us to turn this into an industry. And, we developed the app. I think that was in 2021. We released the app.
It's a bit like Spotify, right?
Yes, it's a bit like Spotify, and for Christian musicians. And we are now in over 200 countries. And over 60,000 downloads. And then we, in recent years, started a music and art school, and are just in the midst of launching that this year, and also a treatment center above the restaurant. So as space has become available above the restaurant, we have taken up that space to look at different industries that we can start. And so the treatment center, the council has been given by Ellen White that we should start restaurants, treatment centers, as well as health food stores as a means to reach the community and help people, with their health challenges. And that's exactly what Jesus did, right? So he used the health work, healing others, to introduce, the message, the gospel message to people. So So our latest venture is the treatment center, and the last business that we've just taken over is a language school. So we are taking over an English language school in Malaysia, and through teaching English to foreigners that are coming into Malaysia, we hope to be able to spread the gospel also to many countries, worldwide. And Malaysia tends to get a lot of foreigners from the Middle East, and so we are hoping to be able to share the gospel with them.
Sounds good. So from the perspective of someone who is looking maybe to work for the Lord, start their own business, again, how do you start? You said foundation is getting the Bible work education, to be a missionary, and then what? For example, what about money? You need money for all this. Bible school is probably not for free, and getting a business to run is also not for free. How do I get a foot in the door?
So a lot of prayer. If the Lord is laying this upon your heart, you need to pray and ask God to open the doors and to provide the way. So what often happens, the way that we're doing it in Malaysia is primarily I'm the one funding it. And the Lord has blessed, through the work that I do in my IT business, and a lot of the profit from that goes to helping to start many of these businesses. And on top of that, you need to find good mentors, and the young people will come in to provide the energy and the sacrifice. Because for those who have been involved in a startup at a young age, you will realize that you do need to sacrifice. Starting a business is not easy. And in the beginning, you may have low pay, and you may not get paid a lot. But in the long run, if the business grows, then the benefit is there. And so that's why it works very well with a business school, a Bible school, because the young people that are coming in, they are, willing to sacrifice. And especially if this is a business that has both the Lord's work and, the business side of it in mind, then the mission is still there. And so as they have sacrificed for the Lord's work, as we are training them to become tent makers or entrepreneurs, then the willingness to sacrifice is a very important ingredient. And then after that, having the right team. And so this is why having the Bible school is the engine for this growth, because we are year on year bringing in resources, people with the right mindset and the right values as we start these businesses. So we are not so worried about whether they know or have experience in this particular industry that we're trying to start. I'm more worried about the values that they carry and their relationship with Jesus, as well as prayerfulness in their life as well. So these are kind of the ingredients that come together. And as you start the business, then God brings people to give you, to train you, to lend their experience to you. But the core of it is having, a Christian businessman that believes in the Lord's work and sees the value of centers of influence, and then young people that are willing to sacrifice, who are single, and willing to do both, ministry and business together.
Okay, to sum it up, so everything starts with prayer. You start with asking God to lead everything and to guide you. You lay the foundation with Bible study and learn how to be a missionary in a Bible school.
Yes.
And then you need to be willing to sacrifice time, power, and energy, and you need the patience and the trust in God, and also good team around you with people that also have Jesus in their heart, and and you have the same values and the same mindset.
That's right.
Yeah. When we're talking about a sacrifice, in Germany we have a saying that an entrepreneur arbeitet selbst und ständig, which means he does everything by himself and works all the time. Yeah, so pretty stressful also for the mind. How do you keep the right balance for yourself to not get into a burnout or something, and also to have a good spiritual life with morning devotion, all that kind of stuff?
Sure, yeah. It's definitely not easy, especially in the beginning stages. That's why you need to bring together a team with the right values, where Jesus is at the center. And, the goal is to be able to have that relationship with Jesus, be able to start a business, and be able to have and be able to share Christ in that business, right? So having that balance is not easy, but it starts with, again, the Bible school, and the Bible school producing young people or old people who have those values and have a revival experience with Jesus, and then making sure that you're not doing this by yourself. So, for example, in the restaurant business, I see often there is like Adventist restaurants that have been started, and it's started by one family, and it's continued to be run by one family. Whereas for us, in the restaurant business, because it can be exhausting, and it's, round the clock, it's 6 days a week, and we have to open 6 days a week, and public holidays we're open as well. Yeah. So having enough resources to cycle through is very important, right? And so that's why, having that Bible school where every year we're churning out resources, and new people are coming in to take the place of others that might move on to other work. Having the steady flow of people who are passionate about doing God's work and being able to come in, that's the key to survival for some of the businesses, like the restaurant, where it can be very exhausting.
To give our viewers a bit of motivation and a good feeling, can you share some of the experiences that you may have made with your businesses and God's help?
Yeah, sure. So, with the restaurant business, not opening up on Sabbath can be a challenge. And
because you need the income on the
yes,
Sabbath.
of course,
probably and main day. Yeah?
Yes, that's right. So when we miss Friday night to Saturday night, that's 1/3 of the restaurant revenue, maybe even more. So having, being open on Saturday is one of the keys to survival for a restaurant in the world. So when we were first opening up the restaurant, we knew this would be a big challenge. And so we have 3 teams in the restaurant. The front team is our Bible workers, because we want the Bible workers to build the relationships with the people, especially regular customers, and they have been doing that. Then we have the kitchen team.
How do they interact with the customers? Do they serve them, or how do you get in contact?
Yes, so they are the waiters and the waitresses.
They are the waiters.
And the Bible worker leader is the manager for the restaurant. And then we have the kitchen crew, which is... they're cooking all the dishes. My wife is the one that leads that, and she comes up with all the, different types of menu and dishes together with the kitchen team. Not all of our kitchen is Adventist or Christian. Some of them are Muslim, some are Buddhist. But nevertheless, we still try to reach out to them as well. And then the third team that we have is the business team, and they're looking at alternative revenue to supplement the restaurant to make sure that we can survive. And so, one of the ways that God blessed us in the first year was that we organized a health talk, a health conference. And we invited, Barbara O'Neill to come, a health speaker. And we thought when she first came in that, and the reason why we invited her was because many of our customers that were coming into the restaurant, as we were having health conversations with them, they were saying, "Hey, have you heard of Barbara O'Neill? Have you heard of Barbara O'Neill?" So we realized that our customers were telling us who we should invite. So we reached out to her, and she was gracious enough to come and do the health conference with us. But through that health conference, at first we thought, okay, if we can get 50 to 100 people, that would be perfect, you know. And so we priced it to break even at about 50 to 100 people. And then the Lord brought 1,100 people for this conference. And through the revenue that came in through that, it helped us to sustain and be a little bit profitable by the end of the year. And so God, you know, without us really trying to strategize or plan or think, he helped us to sustain the restaurant in the first year and to be even a little profitable by the end of the year. And so, you know, and we didn't know what we were doing. When we first started, there were a lot of mistakes that we made, you know, but as we have desired to pursue serving the Lord and following the counsel that we have been given, God has blessed us, and these are one of the many miracles that we've experienced in the restaurant as we have tried to continue to grow and build the right model for us to be able to sustain as a restaurant. And then many people have come in to the restaurant as well, and come to church as a result of you know, the interaction of our Bible workers as waiters and waitresses with the people that are coming into the restaurant. Because when you open a vegan restaurant, it attracts a certain type of crowd. And usually it's the crowd that is health conscious. It is the crowd where somebody in the family might be sick, and they are trying to find solutions. So it's very easy to have health conversations and then spiritual conversations in a vegan restaurant because
they bring the topics.
That's right. Yeah. So they're coming, they're searching, and our Bible workers are praying every day. They pray for at least one divine appointment. And then they will write down who is their divine appointment for that day. And they collect all of the names and they continue to pray for each of these people that come to our restaurant. Yeah, so that's you know, some a example of a miracle that God has done for us.
So it might still be a bumpy road sometimes.
Yes, definitely.
God doesn't keep you from making any mistakes.
Yes,
mistakes happen, but all over He blesses it and brings the people and the fruits.
That's right. That's right. And you know, it really strengthens your faith as well. Right, when you take risks for the Lord, when you're willing to put yourself out there for the Lord, and you're willing to do big projects for the Lord that are beyond your capability, beyond your ability to think, how is this going to happen? You know, it pushes you to your knees. You know, and it forces you to pray more, pray harder, and be more earnest in seeking the Lord for His help. And then when He blesses, you realize that, you know, it's true what it says in Matthew, that we should not worry about what we wear, what we eat. If God can clothe you know, the flowers and take care of the birds of the air, and they don't have to worry about what they eat or drink, what more the crowning glory of His creation, which is humanity, right? We can trust the Lord and we can move forward in faith and know that even when we make mistakes, God will, you know, God will support us and God will make up for any mistakes that we make.
Yeah. Sounds like a cool adventure, actually, and I think it's really fulfilling to be able to be at your job and influence other people positively and lead them to the Lord and see also that it brings fruits and stuff.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Can you think of any examples in the Bible where we have entrepreneurship?
Yes, of course. The most famous example is Paul. Paul was both a tent maker as well as an evangelist and a church planter. And I believe that the key to his success, you know, and he mentions this to the Church of Corinth, that he didn't depend on anybody for his money and his sustenance. And so he worked as a tent maker by day, and you know, in his and part of his time he did evangelism. He preached the gospel, and he raised up churches. So Paul was the perfect example of, a entrepreneur who did, who was foremost in his work in the gospel, but he was an entrepreneur to support the gospel work that he was doing. But of course, even in the Old Testament, we had people like Abraham, right? The patriarchs, they were all businessmen. They were not full-time, priests or high priests. They were people who, the patriarchs were people who made money, and they were sheep herders, and they were wealthy. Jacob was wealthy, with, as a businessman, as well as a person who preached the gospel as well. And so, throughout the Bible, we have seen that many of the people who wrote the books of the Bible were both businessmen as well as evangelists.
So we can see that it kind of was God's idea always that we could connect those both ways, to do business and at the same time reach the people with the gospel.
That's right. And the Adventist Church also was started. The pioneers of the Adventist Church were also entrepreneurs. There were people who were able to work wherever they traveled, earn a living, as well as preach the gospel or print literature with the money that they had earned. James White, was like that. J.N. Andrews was a doctor. So many of the pioneers of the church, right, and also in the Protestant Reformation, were people that earned a living as well as preached the gospel.
So we find that throughout the history of Christians, actually.
That's right. That's right.
And can you tell us a little bit more about what industry might be well-fitting to start a Christian business, and which ones might not be so good?
Sure. I think it's important when we evaluate the business that we're going to do, firstly, it has to not break any of the laws of God, right? And so we need to evaluate it in terms of the 10 Commandments and the counsel that's given in the Bible. And so we obviously don't want to find businesses that will, require work on the Sabbath. That would be one. But of course, we also don't want to be involved in any businesses that will cause people to, to ruin their health. So tobacco, alcohol, gambling, all of these are businesses that we should not touch, or unclean food. And then, of course, we want to make sure that businesses will not be promoting anything immoral or unethical as well, right? So movies, movie theaters, things like that. And in terms of breaking the Sabbath, businesses that might cause you to break the Sabbath, of course, any industry could cause you to break the Sabbath, but in, more the ones that are more obvious, maybe the hotel industry. Of course, even in the restaurant industry, there is a pressure for you to break the Sabbath. So you need to make sure that you are able to withstand that pressure, and you're going to stand firm on that, right? And then in the hotel industry as well, it's going to be hard for you because the customers have the expectation that you will serve them 7 days a week. So maybe it's easier to do a bed and breakfast where there's not so much expectation. But if you're going to do a 5-star hotel, that may be a little harder because the clientele, the customer base that you're attracting, they expect 7 days a week, 24/7 service, right? And so that's going to be a lot tougher. Now, in terms of choosing the businesses, at least for us with the ministries that we are doing in Malaysia, we tend to read the Spirit of Prophecy to see what Ellen White is recommending to us in our time that we should be doing. And one of the things that she mentioned a lot, even though there is a challenge of keeping the Sabbath as a restaurant, she does recommend a lot that we should open up restaurants in the cities, combined with a treatment center, and combined with a health food store.
Mm-hmm.
So these three in combination is something that she's recommended. And so we are striving to, follow that counsel as well. Other than that, she also mentioned schools, the need for church schools and a different way of education. And so that's something that, we have tried to follow as well. And that's why we started some of the schools that we have done. And music and art, is not something that she's mentioned, but that's also part of the education that we can reach children as well in the community that we are at. So when we are assessing what type of business, the first thing is, does it allow us to keep our values? Does it allow us the opportunity for mission? So to be able to reach, more people through the business that we are doing. And then, does it to make sure that it's something that we have the skill set or it's possible for us to do, right? And so, we may not have the skills to be able to do high-end chip manufacturing, and that's something that, and also that may not give us the opportunity to reach many people as well. So that's something that we may not consider. So we're always looking at the community in which we're in and the business that will allow us to reach people. Yeah. So the two most important things for us is values. Does it align with the values of God and allow us to keep God's law? And then secondly, is there a mission field that I can reach, a demographic within the community that I will be able to reach as I start this business? So we tend to gravitate more to, you would say, B2C businesses, where we can reach more people as a result, as opposed to a business-to-business type industry.
Thank you, David, for this very interesting interview and your thoughts on Christian entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Dear viewers, I'm firmly convinced that Jesus will return soon. Our most important concern should be to share the gospel with as many people as possible. Of course, not everyone can or should drop everything to become a Christian entrepreneur, but it might be worth thinking about it. I think David has given us some very interesting insights on how to start and how to be able to combine one's profession with spiritual work. If you feel that starting a business might be for you, you can always start, for example, at David's Bible School to really lay the foundation for everything as we discussed it. We'll put the links in the description. Thanks for watching and God bless.